Hi everybody. Whew, I've had a torrid day, a torrid day today. Losing a whole load of work. I erased everything and I was on a mission, so I did it all again. So excuse me if I look a bit exhausted, but I probably am. This podcast explores how power operates inside the family court and child protection system, and how trust can be transformed into vulnerability. It looks at the experiences of mothers who enter proceedings believing the system exists to protect children, and who later discover how narratives are shaped, voices are silenced, and outcomes can be determined long before they are understood. This is not an attack on individuals. It is an examination of structure, incentives, and accountability. Topics include how authority shapes public perception, why mothers often lose credibility when they seek help, how compliance can be mistaken for safety, and why transparency matters in any system that holds irreversible power over families. This conversation is about ethics, governance, and the human cost of decision-making carried out behind closed doors. If you care about child welfare, parental rights, and accountability in public institutions, this discussion is for you. Optional pinned comment also say, I'm not supposed to read that. But anyway, here's an optional comment, and it's safe. You can just tell, can't you? That's why I'm not a presenter. Oh my goodness. This episode discusses family court and child protection processes from a systems perspective. It reflects lived experience and publicly documented concerns. It is shared to encourage transparency, accountability, and informed discussion. Okay, now I know I said I need to stay scripted, but I'm just going a little bit too scripted. I'm a bit like Joe Biden when he says full stop. No. What did he say that time? Oh, it was so funny. Anyway, I'm not Joe Biden. Oh, it's a very serious subject, but you know, if you didn't have a little bit of laughter, well, it would just drag you right down. So, power corrupts. How the system turns trust into a weapon. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. That phrase is usually reserved for dictatorships or tyrants. But today, I want to talk about how absolute power operates quietly inside a system that is publicly promoted as benevolent, protective, and necessary. What is being exploited here is not just mothers, it is trust. And not only the trust of mothers, but the trust of families, communities, and society as a whole. From the outside, the child protection system is presented as unquestionable good. It is promoted relentlessly in mainstream media as safeguarding, protection, and intervention of last resort. So when a mother says, "This system destroyed my family," society does not ask, "What happened?" It asks, "What did you do?" That is not accidental. It is the result of narrative power. When people think of ambush, they imagine a single dramatic moment. That is not how this works. The ambush is psychological and social. In my case, and in countless others, people who had known me my entire life suddenly saw me differently. Family members who knew me as a loving, responsible, caring, and grounded person were quietly encouraged to doubt my integrity. And I'm talking close family as well. Not because of evidence, but because authority had spoken. That is the power of institutional narrative. It does not just remove your child, it removes your credibility. I was explicitly told I could not discuss what was happening, even with my own family. Think about that. A government entity telling a mother she may not explain herself, seek support, or correct false impressions, while knowing silence allows suspicion to grow. This is not protection. This is social erasure. The system works because mothers trust it. They trust it because society tells them to. Mothers are, by nature, more likely to seek help, cooperate, explain, and engage in good faith. This is not a weakness. It is human nature, but systems of power exploit human nature. There is a saying that rivers take the path of least resistance, so do institutions. And mothers, particularly protective, trusting, emotionally invested mothers, are often the path of least resistance. That is why this channel is called Mother's Nature. Not because mothers are naive, but because the system weaponizes their good nature. It's really wicked. Sorry, I must stick to script, full stop. I must. Oh my goodness. Their openness is reframed as instability. Their emotion is reframed as danger. Their protectiveness is reframed as control. Crooks do not always look like criminals. Sometimes they look like systems that know exactly how to bend trust to their advantage. Women are more likely to be emotionally expressive, relational, and trusting of authority when it claims to help children. That makes them easier to destabilize psychologically. It's torment, I think, is a good word. I didn't put torment in there, but torment is a good word. We're tormented. If the system were genuinely designed for protection rather than managing risk, mothers would not be placed at an immediate disadvantage. But when the goal is manageability rather than truth, those who raise alarm become the problem. Once the narrative is set, it is almost impossible to undo. You are no longer a mother explaining what is happening. You are a case, a concern, a risk factor. And the more you try to correct the story, the more aggressive the response becomes. This is why so many mothers describe the experience as being ambushed, because they are. This is not just about individual mothers. It is about a society that has handed absolute power to a system it refuses to question. A system that benefits from secrecy, disbelief, and public ignorance. When trust is abused at this scale, the damage extends far beyond the courtroom. It corrodes families, fractures communities, and silences truth. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And when that power is wrapped in the language of care, it becomes even more dangerous. Because the hardest lies to dismantle are the ones we desperately want to believe. So, this podcast, thank you. I needed to get that off my chest. I have got more to come, so please stay tuned. Oh yeah, can you like, subscribe and share this channel? Because I have got some really deep dive investigative podcasts coming up that I've already done. I haven't erased them yet. No, I've printed them out. So I will be filming them and uploading them probably before the end of the week. So today's Friday. Thank you so much for your support, everybody, so far. We're just a new little channel, we're just a little seed But my goal, as I said in the beginning, I want 100,000 followers, because my thoughts are the amount of children that leave the care system every day that are aging out, and the numbers of the children in care, the statistics aren't actually going down, because all the new cases are coming into the system. So they're aging out, but they're bringing new business. Oh, not supposed to say that. Protecting children, new care orders into the system. So it's I think I explained that in my next podcast. So I'm going to end it here, and everybody stay positive and supportive, and let's build our community, and let's get this shared, and let's get all those people that have been through this system onto this channel, so at least they can understand more what happened to them. Thank you for listening.